Hello and welcome to the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. I am Mariam George Jitubo. Newly employed staff of the FCT Internal Revenue Service have been warned to shun corruption in the course of discharging their responsibilities. FCT Minister Mohammed Musa Bello gave the warning at induction ceremony of the staff in Abuja. Shuaibu Noze Yakubu tells us more.
FCT Minister Mohammed Musa Bello, represented by the FCTA Permanent Secretary Olushade Adeshola, tasked the newly recruited staff to justify every expenditure by being prudent in all their dealings and avoid waste of public fund. He added that the newly employed staff will be given targets to achieve, as their career progression will be tied to their performance.
You are appointed as tax collectors. And as you may be aware, that profession is not generally applauded or envied, because you do not give out money, but rather you are to collect, irrespective of whether the pay has it or not. This requires a peculiar skill set from you. It requires that you possess and exhibit a high sense of courtesy in the discharge of your duty.
Chairman of the FCT Internal Revenue Service, Abdullahi Atta, says the added workforce will assist the agency to boost revenue generation in the FCT.
With our envisaged land use charge, which is the gold in Abuja, so with that, we'll unleash this over 500 people to make sure that we collect all the revenue that is due to Abuja, and we are hoping to achieve that.
500 newly employed staff were inducted. Shuaibu Noze Yakubu, NTA News.
As teachers are being celebrated all over the world, the Nigerian Union of Teachers Buhari branch were not left out as they all converged to commemorate the day. Hawa Gimba has the report.
It is a common fact that, world over, teachers are seen as the light that lights the world, also regarded as hope that energizes people. Members of the Nigerian Union of Teachers Buhari branch have been commended for inculcating values and morals in their children. Speakers at the 2021 commemoration say teachers should be celebrated for their commitment.
Is teachers, because if not teachers, the senators, the president, the House of Rep member, and whoever that you want to become today, you cannot be except you pass through the training of the teachers.
So I want to advise them to shun the vices whenever they are tutoring our children.
Executive Secretary, Local Education Authority and Buhari NUT Chairman say the day provides an opportunity for policymakers in the education industry to recognize the rights and responsibilities of teachers.
An ideal teacher is somebody who knows the subject area. An ideal teacher is somebody who is so passionate to the teaching industry.
There is hope that some of these things will begin to flow to the teachers as far as their welfare is concerned.
Now, based on the promise the government has made, we are trusting that the present government and our education secretary are putting hands together to help push this challenge to the wall.
The 2021 World Teachers' Day celebration by Buhari branch has as its theme the importance of teachers in Nigeria and security challenges. Hawa Gimba, NTA News.
Still on Teachers' Day celebration, apart from the usual march past that characterizes every Teachers' Day celebration, there are other aspects of this year's event, such as reward for hard work and opportunity for bricks business at the Eagle Square, venue of the Teachers' Day celebration in Abuja. Aina J. Auta reports.
Teachers were gathered in their numbers from all the states of Nigeria to grace this annual epoch-making ceremony, which featured march past as well as prizes given for all most hardworking teachers in public and private primary and secondary schools nationwide. In the FCT, there were representatives of teachers from all area councils who expressed happiness for the day. However, some teachers who spoke to NTA News shared their challenges, which include issues of non-payment of new minimum wage to primary school teachers, shortage of specialized teachers, classroom congestion, among others.
We have this minimum wage of 18. We have not been paid to primary school teachers, and we go to the same market, we purchase the same things in the
post-secondary and primary in areas of promotion. It's also another problem.
It is our earnest plea that the government should hearken to our voice in this domain so that the retirees will be paid.
Some used the opportunity to make brisk business as many displayed their wares, creating a marketplace of some sort for buying and selling. Ayenaji Auta, NTA News.
Now to the issue of security. There is a symbolic relationship between the police and the people to checkmate crimes such as carjacking, assault, and valuable snatching in Dutse area of the Federal Capital Territory, and that has in no small measure reduced crime rate to the barest minimum. However, residents say a lot needs to be done. Ilyas Onutu Yakubu, who visited the area, brought back this report.
Dutse is the only entry and exit access connecting Bwari to the Federal Capital City. And that speaks volume for the vulnerability of the area to the activities of suspected criminal elements. Cultism and drug-related crime is rife, and this has given residents cause for worry over security of lives and property.
We have problem in security. We need security because always all these small boys, then they mess up for this area too much.
In the night, we face many problems attending these issues because of sometimes around from 7 o'clock before 3 o'clock when they break, you go hear something to happen for that place, something, and these people they do up.
The Bambola and the Curtis issue is raising up here. I think last 2 weeks, I was at my shop just close here. Some guys moved, we don't know where they came from, they just went through this way. So they attacked some shops, attacked some residents of some people living around this area. They attacked many people, they vandalized some properties, went away with them.
My suggestion is this: if police people will be patrolling within the odd hours, checking the areas, I think it will help.
The rush hour period, especially in the evening, is a quick grab moment for alleged phone snatchers and shoplifters in traffic. The Ember period is also a high point of security challenges in Dutse, with shanties springing up to serve as safe haven for suspected criminals. As one of the custodians of the people's culture in Dutse, Chief Shawo Yahaya James believes that his subjects are now more confident to work with the police to achieve common purpose.
Know your next door neighbor. Know what he is doing. Know what he is up to. Know what he's capable of doing. And if you suspect anything that is bad, report to us. When you report to us, we will take legal action.
Just like other areas across the territory, Dutse residents appealed to the police authorities to strengthen the area with deployment of more manpower and logistics for improved service delivery. Ilyasu Onutu Yakubu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the increasing activities of scavengers, despite their ban in operation in the FCT, has continued to pose as a threat to security and safety of residents in Dutse area. Divisional Police Officer in charge of the area, Hussaini Audu, while speaking on the weekly security check program called The Police on NTA Channel 5, says plans are in motion to collaborate with relevant stakeholders to address the challenge. Tessio Mary monitored the program and now reports.
Scavengers before now are usually known for their activities of clearing the surroundings or searching for valuable items to recycle from wastes. But in recent time, the case is entirely different, as they have metamorphosed into criminal syndicates, as some of them are alleged to disguise to rob victims, a situation the Dutse Divisional Police Officer Hussaini Audu says a drastic measure will be taken to curtail their emerging excesses.
Crime is something that cannot be stopped entirely, but can be reduced to the barest minimum. The administration of the FCT, under the leadership of Bala Muhammad, the minister, has instructed that shanties should not exist. Hence, he has given that instruction the Commissioner of Police has also instructed, has given us a directive, dislodge. We should dislodge shanties.
Okay.
Now, what we do, what I have done now is I've written to the administration of the Abuja Environmental Protection Board.
Okay.
We work
hand in hand.
Yes. So they have given us their word. In 2 weeks' time, they will dislodge all the shanties in Dutse Allergy.
Though they have been banned by the FCT administration, scavengers are yet to stop their activities, as viewers on the program lament the need for security agencies to proffer a permanent solution for the safety of all.
Other places have done that, and Dutse Allergy will not be an exception.
Okay.
Other places have dislodged. We have tried to also dislodge, and they are back. But we, as the police, we are going to ensure that these colonies are destroyed instantly.
Residents were also cautioned to be security conscious and be vigilant, especially this Ember period, with emerging tricks by criminals so as not to fall victims. Tessie Omeri.
And away from security matters, the right to access information is a critical component of freedom of the press. But despite the legal framework provided by the Constitution for journalists to carry out their duties, they oftentimes lament the difficulty experienced in accessing information of public interest. Why does this happen? This is what Toebat Anfowoshi seeks to find out in this report.
Nigeria's Freedom of Information Act provides a legal coverage for journalists to access information. For these young journalists, it's becoming a daunting task to get relevant sources to provide information of public interest.
A lot of people are very unwilling to cooperate. At times it feels like you are disturbing them, so you actually have to push to get what you want.
Lydia Sampson is a veteran journalist who sometimes finds it difficult getting sources to divulge the necessary information for her stories.
Not easy for journalists to especially get reports done that are related to issue and all that. But if there are reports that will change the narrative of this country, there must be access.
Some persons have argued that public office holders might decline access to information due to the provision of the Official Secret Act. This is another
Research has shown that users of smartphones are so attached to their smartphones that first thing they do every morning is to look at their phones without considering the side effect on the body system. In this special report, Chidima Salgomo, seeking the advice of a doctor, examines why people are so attached to their smartphones.
It is no longer news that a lot of people are addicted to their phones. Any activity or behavior that have become the major focus of person's life to the exclusion of other activities, physically or socially, is considered an addiction. This is the case with users of smartphones, which affect everyone, young and old, man and woman. But how do people feel when they are not with their smartphones?
Phone is my line, and is what provides me for every day. It is. Without my phone, I can't stand. So with the phone, it provides me a lot of things. If it is not with me, even I prefer to take it to Metro if I'm bad, because I have many clients where I deal with. So this phone is provided a lot for me and my family. So I can't do without it for now.
No, I can't do without my phone. One of the reasons is for me to communicate with people that are far from me. I need my phone to do it.
Others say they feel like a stranger on other planets when they are not with their smartphones.
I can't go out without phone. If I'm doing a job without my phone, people that know me, that already know me, they will come to my office.
Yes, I'm used to my phone, that I can't do without it. And it depends on whether my battery is slow. Wherever I go with my phone because my phone is very important to me. It's like my second twin.
Most people carry their smartphones so much that they always want to keep it fully charged and usually carry a power bank in their pockets. Chidiman Sinagomo, NTA News.
You're watching the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5. Abuja will be back after these messages. Please stay with the station.
Move now! The red light won't kill you! Move now!
To dey disobey traffic law, they cause accidents. Me, I don't talk, say I no go dey do am again because change begins with me.
Let's cross the other side of the road.
I will no longer endanger my life crossing the express. Instead, I will use the bridge because change begins with me.
Oga driver, stop this bus now, won't come down. I be won't carry me past where they go.
Make I dey stop anyhow for road, they cause traffic wahala and accidents. So I go dey stop for the right bus stop because change begins with me.
Change begins with me.
This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Glad to have you back. Figures from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, as at 5th October 2021, indicate 79 new cases of COVID-19 in the FCT. The number of confirmed cases stands at 22,140, while active cases now 1,273, and the number of discharged cases in the territory put at 20,675. And 192 deaths have been recorded in the FCT. Power supply remains essential in everyday activities for domestic and industrial purposes. Power situation in recent time has brought about mixed reactions from consumers. Aisha Abdullahi Umar took to the streets of Abuja to speak to some FCT residents on this situation.
Electricity is one of the basic social amenities needed in everyday life of people, either at home, in offices and business centers. With huge investments by government and partners, the ideal situation of a reliable power supply is yet to be achieved, especially in some parts of the country, thereby affecting business and livelihood. Most business operators have often relied on the use of generator sets, which no doubt impact the society negative through depletion of ozone layer and adding to global warming. Constant electricity in the country is the expectation of every Nigerian.
We do get power supply constantly these days.
Where I live in Gwarimpa in 2nd Avenue, the light there is fair. It's fair enough, but other places people are really crying.
In some parts of Abuja, for instance, while some residents lament on the shortage of power supply, some, on the other hand, commend the electricity company for improved power supply. Ifeanyi Abo, a resident of Pape, says the power supply in his area improves during rainy season. Low output of power supply.
I just parked out from a particular location around Ado before coming to this place. My experience there was not funny at all. But here where I live, I don't think I have much issue with the power supply there. But those who are not sharing power with that of the estate, I think they are the ones to be complaining about power issue. And not.
The residents are hoping that in the coming days, the situation will be improved, as electricity is the key to industrialization and comfortable life. Aisha Abdullahi Umar, NTA News.
With growing interest in the potentials of culture and creative industries to boosting sustainable development in this part of the world, Cynthia Ogun in this report takes a look at arts and craft in the FCT as a valuable tool in diversifying the economy.
The Federal Capital City boasts of many cultural attractions that, if harnessed, will be a veritable tool to reviving the Nigerian cultural heritage. One of such places is the Arts and Crafts Market.
I'm a regular here. I come here often. They have interesting variety of artistic things.
There are some people, they'll be hearing of Africa, Nigeria art, they'll be seeing it on TV, they'll be seeing it on magazine, seeing it online, but they've not seen it physically, they've not touched it. So once they are coming to Nigeria, the first thing they have in mind is to go to a craft village.
You never miss the water till the well runs dry. Art lovers lament that the market entertains foreign visitors, but sadly the location has not been developed to its full capacity.
People will appreciate this thing if it is properly packaged.
It's disheartening to realize that nobody has noticed the potential in this place. Whenever you come here, this is a huge tourist location. You meet so many people from outside Nigeria, and the way they truly appreciate and love what these people do. While here in Nigeria, within us here in Abuja, nobody considers them important enough to even make the place presentable enough, to make it attractive enough. This is a gold mine. In other places, this is somewhere that would have been advertised in our airport.
With such potentials in arts and crafts, one would wonder why this gold mine remains hidden. Cynthia Ogun, NTA News.
Talking sports, Super Eagles of Nigeria begins training ahead of Thursday's match with the Central African Republic as Nigeria sports stakeholders investigates Nigerian doping saga at Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Let's join Favor Aminu with more on Sports Brief.
Super Eagles coach Gernot Rohr held his first training section with 23 players on Tuesday ahead of the Quarter 2022 World Cup qualifier against Central African Republic at the Tesmil Balongo Stadium in Lagos on Thursday. Napoli's Victor Osimhen and Leicester City striker Kelechi Iheanacho. Meanwhile, CAF has named Mauritanian Abdel Aziz Boa as the central referee for the game. Also, the team of the Central African Republic arrived in Nigeria on Tuesday ahead of the game. Elsewhere, in Women's Champions League, Barcelona were at their best as they put 4 past Arsenal in the Champions League opener at the Johan Cruyff Stadium. The Catalan Giant club cemented their 2021 treble with a 4-0 win against Chelsea in last season's showpiece final and reaffirmed their status as their favourite for the year's tournament with a 4-1 win against WSL pacesetter Arsenal. Meanwhile, the meeting between the House of Representatives Committee on Sports and the Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Dare, was yesterday called off in the National Assembly. The meeting was to be an investigative hearing on the incident of dropping and disqualification of the Nigerian athletes at the Tokyo Olympics. Lawrence Ayeni, a member of the committee, had recently moved a motion on the need to investigate the activities of the ministry on the failed dropping test by the Nigerian athletes at the Olympic Games. The House had mandated the Committee on Sports for immediate investigation to avoid future occurrence. To basketball, Golden State Warriors swingman Andrew Wiggins says he was forced in order to keep playing in the National Basketball Association. With Sports Brief,